In the following presentation, I'm going to present you the information that I was supposed to present to you at the workshop on the 23rd of April. This workshop was cancelled due to the power failure that occurred. So here it is. I'd like to just cover all that I anticipated covering at that workshop. And now I'm going to be covering the main sections in Purple Mash. This is when you start off with Purple Mash. When you start Purple Mash, you're going to move into this area. Over here, you've got the home screen, which is showing you what we have over here. Then we have the to-do section, showing you all the work that is outstanding. The work section is pretty much like Windows Explorer. You'll see it lists your classes. You can break it down to see the names of the children. Here are the names of the children. And you even have a section where you can save your work, an administration section that you would use. Then you've got the sharing section. Teacher section is giving you resources, pretty much like my cyber wall, where teachers can share and download. And if you scroll down, you've got the South African CAPS curriculum over here using Purple Mash in South Africa. It's CAPS compliant. That gives you a great deal of information that you're going to need to access. All right, and then you've got the admin section, gives you how to administrate. Here you would impersonate a learner, just be able to see coming in as if you were one of the learners. I'll show you that in a minute. The alert section, which is just showing you outstanding work that the children need to do. And that's the main sections. Now the resource section. The resource section is a place to download content. Other teachers, you can download content and upload content. The light bulb icon shows the resource section. I'd like to take you to the shortcut that shows the English section, and this will give you your first language activities that could be of great use. We're going to click on ABC, that icon over there, and that opens it. And we're going to click on, and we'll just have a quick glance at all the activities that are here. Look, we've got all these in the English section. There's so many, and one has to just explore. Let's just scroll down and have a look. You will find so much that is of great value. Now we're going to have a good look at the tools section and just see what's involved. This is a place to create activities. You go there by clicking on the black button and on tools. We click on that stationery bag over there, and here we've got all the different activities that are available in the tool section. I encourage you to all explore what we have here, as there's so much. I'd like to show you hovering over the icons brings up information. You can just do that. Each of these tools are designed to make blended learning experiences. Purple Mash encourages tool building in the learners, and this is just the right approach, as it makes teaching and learning far more exciting and consequentially more creative. So try build an activity. You can easily do this with your whole class using your interactive whiteboards. Let's look at the to-do section. What exactly is the to-do section? The to-do section shows work that you have set for the learners, and these are tasks that have been assigned to the individual. It could be a class or even a grade. So the targeted audience can be anyone within our school. The blue and the green that you see here is just color coding. Blue shows the work still that is due, while the green shows the work that is past the assigned deadline date. I'd like you to view some of the learners' work, see what they've done. And you can see here I have opened up the to-dos, and you can see there's a whole range of different activities that have been completed. In this particular case, we are using 4A as an example. I want to show you the work that is found in the teachers folder. It's where you save your work as a teacher. And you can see I've just opened this one, this folder, which is grade 2A. And we've got a whole range of different activities that you can see, and I'm just hovering over them. The icons that you see just give you some indication of what the activities are. Basically, this is the administration section of Purple Mash. basically mimics your admin file. You may want to share work with a wider audience. In that case, you would use the sharing section. And this sharing section allows you to display blogs, as you can see here, and display boards. Let me just show you a display board. I'm just going to show you the display board for grade 4B, and we've got a pink activity posted, and this activity can be opened and viewed by just clicking on it, and this allows you to showcase the children's work. I'd just like to show you how to find activities in the resources section that have been downloaded by other teachers. This search box will be used to do a find. So we're going to type in animals, and you can see there's a whole range of different activities that have come up. And we'll go with this one over here. And you can see it's a PDF, so it's a worksheet. And we can click on it and it opens up. Linked into biology. Here is an example of a shared worksheet on, and you can see it's about adult and baby animals, shared by another teacher in the resource section of Purple Mash. I'd like to just show you how to find another activity. So we're going to use angles in this particular example. Type in angles, search. We've got a whole lot. There's about 8 of them, 8 activities. I'm going to go with this one. Types of angles. We open that. And here we've got a activity, looks like a test. We open it. And you can see it's more suited for the intersympathized learners, obtuse, acute angles. Not really ideal for the foundation phase, though I think you get the idea of how to open up and find shared resources in the resource section. So you get the idea. I'd just like to show you how to set an activity with a class with the shared resources in the resource section. So what you do is you click on the set a to do, and here you have the title, description, the due date, hand in date, all of those are filled in, and then you will go to next to be able to assign it to a particular class. Let's have a good look at the curriculum now, the schedule of work or the lesson plans that are found in Purple Mash. So you're going to find those are rather useful. You're going to go to the teacher section, and we're going to scroll down, and here we have a whole range of different lesson plans, activities, and subjects. Here we got the grade 2 English home language, and we just scroll down. You got all the activities, and on the right hand side you got the blue hyperlinks taking you to the relevant parts in Purple Mash. So all the planning is basically there for you. It's just for you to interact and use it properly. Let's have a good look at the administrator section. It's where a teacher would administer their part of Purple Mash. I'm going to click on that blue gear icon, the admin section. This is the area where you can extract marks, you can impersonate a learner, you can set the display board settings and other settings like, for example, privacy and collaboration when you want children to work together. The multicolored bar graph called score report is what you'll use to extract marks into an Excel spreadsheet. The alert section shows all the activities that are set to be done. They are accessible on clicking the purple bell. As you can see here, I'm scrolling down. I'd like to go ahead and create an activity for you to see. So what we're going to do is click on the black home screen to create an activity, to demonstrate an activity to you. Let's access an activity in the tool section, and we're going to use tool, the text toolkit. We open that. We're going to do this one. And here we've got nouns, verbs, and adjectives by default. We're going to uncheck these checkboxes. We're going to add houses as a category. Houses, add, and we'll go with a different color here so it's distinguishable. And we'll call it animals. Change that blue because it's not going to be very easy to see. And another, add, and we'll go with, let's go with black this time. Okay, and let's go with countries. Type in countries into this box, and countries are going to be in black, countries, and then we're going to go OK, and you can see we've got our 3 categories, and we can now write South Africa as a country. We'll select that, and then it should go into countries, and we're going to now write some more words that link up to the 3 different categories. Just selecting everything here. Okay, let's just see what's going on. All right, I'm going to type in cat. Just select the word cat, click on the plus button, and it's assigned to animals. Type in lion, and that would also be an animal. And let's go with elephant. Click on the plus button. It's also assigned to the animal category. And now we've got door, and we know that that's definitely a housing category. I'm going to need to get something to linked up to countries, so I'll go with South Africa selected. And we'll end it pretty soon. Rat would go with animals, and window would link up with houses. So we've got all these categories, and I think we could go with that. So we're going to save and exit, save it in my work, give it a good name. It's very important to name our files properly. So I'm going to call it foundation phase staff training, because it's pertinent to that, and save it. And then you can see we can find it by going to work, my work, and you can already see in the top left hand corner it's there, staff training. You can go into my work, and you can see there it is. I'm showing you it now, foundation phase training, and that's the file that we're looking for. So we can move it and drag it if we wanted to, my work, staff training, and you can see if we click on it now and then we set it as a to-do, we fill in the description. That's what we would write, what the children need to do when they do this particular activity, and we've got to be rather descriptive about that. And then we could record our voice, a voiceover, set a date when it needs to start, an ending date when it is due, and then we go to next, and now we're going to assign it to grade 2A. So let's give it to an individual child. So we're giving it to that child. Now we're going to close the activity. I'd like to show you how to access the activity and impersonate the learner to get the feeling of being the learner. So I'm going to go impersonate learner, and we know this learner was in grade 2A, so I'm typing in 2A, and I'm going to press enter. I'm getting a whole lot of other classes here. Just try that again. I'm going to need to just change that back. Let me just see, and let's see here. I'm doing everything wrong today. 2A, that's more like it. Okay, now I'm going to click on that checkbox, impersonate pupil, and you can see it's opening up, and you see what I'm highlighting now. Agua Ejon is the person that I'm going in as the learner, and you can see, look, there's my to-do linked right at the top. She clicks on it, go to, and opens it, clicks on the play button, and you can see it's already got South Africa and the whole activity is ready for her to do. She drags the objects to the correct categories, and you can see the little bar at the bottom showing the time limit. You can set that when you actually make the activity, and once it's done, I'm done, and it's indicated that it is completed. You can play the game again if she chooses, and that's exactly how that is done. Right, you could decide to play again, and I think you've got the idea of how this works. All right, so let's go out, exit, and you can see I'm back here. I'm still logged in as Egwa Ejon Hope, and I can go back to Mr. Bradley, and now I'm back in teacher mode. I'm now clicking on the to-dos, and you can see that there is an activity showing view scores. If I click on view scores, and I'm downloading an Excel spreadsheet, which will give me, if I wanted the whole class, all of their marks, but we know we only did with one particular child. So you see there's a little green cell, indicating that Agua Ejon, which is the child we did, has got a score of 20, accuracy 100, time 16 seconds. Purple Mash has extracted how well she did on that particular activity, on the text toolkit activity that I've just shown you. You can work out a little formula to extract and produce a mark to suit a teacher's need. You need to only come and see me if you need any help with this part of Purple Mash, the actual Excel part of deriving marks. That should be quite clear on how it's done. I'd like to show you the view folder. Go to the to-dos with the bird, the to-do bird. We're going to open that in a minute. So we're going to go on the view folder. We open it, and you can see there's only one activity here. Could open it, and that's just a quick glance at that. And let's go out of this, exit. All right, and you can see we can edit the actual to-do. We can edit our comment, and that's a comment written by the teacher. And above it, you see a comment written by the learner. Okay, so if we have a good look at that, you can see it over here. The little icon shows the type of activity. Okay, we're going to go back, and here we have that picture of the bird locating different parts of the body, and you can see how this child is done by showing where the beak, eye, wing, and the other parts fit in onto the bird. Pretty pertinent for the foundation phase. Let's have a little bit of a glance through the tool section just before we go and do the games and have a look at some of the games that Purple Mash has. Right, so that's the tool section. And let's have a look now at the games, and we're going to look at Sequence Snake, which is a number sequencing game, and it's very relevant for the foundation phase. All right, so we click on Launch App, and you can see we have our to-do. We can write in a description, and we can record in voiceover, set a date, indicate when it's due, and all of that. Next, go to classes. We're going to choose once again 2A. We'll set it for the whole class this time. Close, and it should be now set for that whole class. And then we'll go and see if we can once again impersonate the learner. So we go and we type in the class or the name of the learner. 2A was the class. We're going to click, we can choose any of the learners in 2A. So we're going to go once more with Agwan Ejan. I'm going to choose her again. Click on the purple impersonate learner, and you can see her name written there. I go to the alerts. I go to, and I'm acting as if I am her. She's playing the game now. Start game, press to play, and you can see if you look on the top, it says 1, 2, 3, and obviously the following number would be a 4, so we got to go search for the 4. If we by mistake hit any of the wrong bubbles, then our snake would get longer and longer, and obviously the level of difficulty would increase. So it's a game that involves trying to find the next sequence. So look, there's the 4. I'm going to just see if I can get that, and you can see I've got the 4, which means I now have to find the following number, which is going to be that 5 that I'm pointing at. So I've got to try and move. I'm using the keyboards incidentally to move around, and I think you've got the hang of the game. All right, so let's go back to the to-dos. I'm going to go back to being a teacher, and now I'd be able to see how well this learner has done, and that would mean deriving learner results or scores by downloading into Excel. So I'll show you this. You go to admin, scores and reports, and we know that we're dealing with 2A, so we get 2A, next, and you can see there's a whole selection here, and I'm going to choose the dates that I want to extract the scores from, the particular date range. I create a report. Oh, unfortunately, I realize I've clicked on the summary and I should have clicked on detail. So if you look at this one, you're going to see that there isn't really any scores that are indicated. So I'm just going to close that, and I should have clicked on the detail section, and that would be giving me a more detailed report. So I'll just go through the whole process again. Scores and reports. Go to classes, 2A, just going through everything again. We go to next, and now we're going to go to detail. And I'm just going to leave the dates open so it opens up all assessments or tasks that were done, activities by this particular class. And we know that we're only dealing with one, that Arjan, Eon. So we, again, as we open up, it's clearly defined. You can see there's only, all the cells are white, and we got a green there that I'm pointing at the moment. I'll make it yellow in a moment for you to see. Arjan has got green. It's showing you the text toolkit activity that we did. It's been shown there. That's her score. All right. Um, I did not go through the end of the sequence snake activity, as had I done that, you would see that score also being shown in this area. And I meant to have done that, but I was in a bit of a rush to just get everything done. I think you've got the idea. Let's just make it yellow, and you can see that activity is shown. But when you do this by yourself, you'll see that it will work with the sequence snake. It will give a score. It's just entailing that the child gets to the end of it all. This covers everything that I would have wanted to cover. I hope that you found this video very useful and informative, and I hope it'll help you to be able to plan more effectively to use Purple Mash in your classrooms. It's a wonderful tool, and I'd like to see a lot of us using it more effectively. Thank you very much. I ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do contact me if you need any help, questions, or even your criticisms. These are most welcome. And thank you once again for watching this video.